everybody. So here we are live. Q&A Wednesdays. If you are watching, this is Q&A Wednesdays with Viviana from Art International magazine, and I'm here to respond any questions you might have. I'm really excited because today we got some interesting questions that our artist sent already to Crystal, and I'm going to invite Crystal. I'm not going to wait much to the screen so that she can tell us. Crystal, come in.
Hi, Viviana.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good and fine and great. How about you?
Fantastic, fantastic. So, what is
Lovely.
the first question?
Yes, the first question is from David Flashman. He asked about how to speak in front of a camera.
Oh, wow. Okay, thanks, Crystal. How to speak in front of a camera. I would say number one, just be yourself. Be yourself. And when you're speaking to the camera, think about speaking to your best friend, to a good friend, to a relative, somebody that you love, and someone that you can speak to from your heart. So treat that camera like that's that person, envision that person, and speak to it naturally and be yourself. That's the best you can do. What's the next one?
Yes, that's a lovely answer. And then the next one is from Jim Fitzpatrick. Um, he says about I'm not sure if the other know about the living masters issue, so they might be interested in some specifics on that. Also, are there plans to make the documentary Kentsugi, The Line of Destiny, available for sale on DVD?
Oh wow. Okay, so those are two questions, right? I'm gonna leave you there so you remind me later on
Yes.
the second one. The one that I
Okay.
remember is the last one, which is Kintsugi, The Line of Destiny. For those who don't know, Arthur International created a documentary that actually got nominated and awarded, and it's an environmental documentary, Kintsugi, The Line of Destiny. The goal was to bring awareness to Mother Earth, taking care of Mother Earth, and we feature the Berber culture. So that's what Jim is referring to, and we are projecting that in 2022 we'll be able to distribute that. We were waiting to participate in some festivals, our festivals, film festivals, which we did already. So I think we're ready now. It's very slow in the film industry, guys. It's not like the art industry when we just host the exhibition and it's done. It takes years. So it took years to develop and it's taking years to get the distribution going. So we hope by 2022 we should be able to do that. And that was created with Artists for a Green Planet. We have over 25 artists featured on that film. It was incredible. And actually, we do have a second documentary that we're working on that is Sacred Waters, and its production is paused because of the pandemic. So it started 2019 and 2020 we had to stop. We haven't resumed production for that. We will resume next year as well. So thanks, Jim, for that one, and we'll make sure that we have it available and you'll be able to watch the whole thing. We have featured it a few times in our TV show. Next time we do it, we'll let you know also. And what was the next question?
Yes. Are there plans to make the documentary Kentsugi, The Line of Destiny, available for sale on DVD?
Okay, that was a question I just answered.
Yes. Okay. So the third one is what makes a work of art successful?
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna let you go for a few seconds here because this is a long one. Alrighty, guys. So let's begin by your definition of success. I think that question came. Hold on a minute. Who did that question come from? You didn't tell me.
From me.
From you. Okay, that's
Yes.
awesome. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, that's awesome. So that depends on your definition of success. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if success is money for you, then probably what would make it successful, it's going to be if you were able to sell it or not, for how much you sold it. Personally, I'm going to give you my perspective, and what I think makes an artwork successful is how it connects to the public. The technique, of course, the quality of the work, the technique, all that is taken into consideration when creating an artwork and considering it successful. I think the way it connects to people is very important, because ultimately when you create an artwork, it's because you're sharing a message. So if you're able to share that message, and for that message to be received one way or another, that for me is success. And I'll give you an example. A very easy to understand example would be Frida Kahlo's artworks, which are incredibly successful, I would say, right? And you probably agree with me. But in her times, they were very criticized. I don't know if people at the beginning were accepting that. I don't think so. Probably some people were not wanting to put it in the living rooms, but it's quite successful. So it's not just because you sold it or because it's sold by millions of dollars. It goes deeper than that. You can sell an artwork for a lot of money, and people might forget in 2 years from now. You might have an unsold artwork that is remembered for centuries. And an example of that would be Van Gogh's artworks, who are amazing. They stand the test of times. We still look back at them. And some of them were unsold, right? Back then when he was alive. So for an artist to consider an artwork successful, if you're happy, if you created that artwork with the intention of sharing a message, of projecting or expressing yourself, and you're able to do that, that's success. Whether it sells or not, that's going to be an added benefit to you. But let it be between you and your art, your definition of success. And I hope that is a good answer for you, Crystal. What do you
Yes,
think?
wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions out there? I think Jim had another question about living masters, but I didn't understand what he was asking. Do you know exactly what he was asking? Can you read me the question?
Ye- Yes. Um, about Jim Patrick.
Yeah, Jim Fitzpatrick.
Patrick. Yes. Um, okay. Here is his question, and I'm not sure if the other know about the living master issue, so they
Okay.
might be interested in some specific on that.
Right. Okay. So thank you, Crystal. So thanks, Jim, for that question also. Actually, there's not a lot of details because we haven't released much information, and that is a project for 2022. And it was actually confidential, Jim, but it's okay. I can share it. You know, it comes from you, and I answer it. You're so special. Actually, we are working on a special issue, and we are going to feature a few artists who are not just who have an incredible surviving story. Let's put it to you that way. It's like a winner's journey, or somebody who have gone through trials, has been tested, and have come to the other side, and is now an inspiration in the arts. So that's what he's referring to. That's going to be a very, very unique issue. It's going to be released in 2022. It's, of course, I'll be selecting some of the artists. If you are an artist out there who have gone through any of those descriptions, who thinks you're a survivor, you have a story to tell and to share the world, and that is inspiring, feel free to email us and contact me, or DM me, or send a message through Facebook. Crystal or I would be replying to you. and letting you know when this is coming up. But it's going to happen next year. And of course, Jim is one of those artists. He has an incredible story. He has survived so many trials. You'll read his story in the book, and it is my next co-written book with the artist for 2022. All right, Crystal, I think those are all the questions. Do we have any more?
Yes. Um, According to Jennifer Habanero, how has your practice changed over time?
My
Yes.
practice of like my
As,
art.
yes, as an artist.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's cool. All righty. All right, Jennifer. So I wish I had here. I'm actually in Cartagena, Colombia, by the way, guys. I'm in my home city. And I wish I had it here, but I don't have it. My first written book, I wrote a book when I was like 9, and I still have it. I'll bring it with me next time and I'll show it to you. But art for me was always either music, painting, or writing, always. So I fell in love with art, with the three forms of art, three forms of expression. And I don't know if it has changed. Obviously, it has changed because I have grown, I have developed. But I believe it hasn't changed in the way that I express art. So I'm still writing, I'm still painting, I'm still creating music, even though it is not for the public. A lot of the art that I create is for myself nowadays because I don't have much time. I have commitments with Art to International, so I don't have a lot of time to create tons of art like I wish. So those moments that I get to create art, I do it for me, myself, and I just do it for fun. So either I am creating jewelry or writing or painting. It's always fun. So I think the expression has always been those. And even the jewelry making, I started when I was young. So that those four forms of expressions have followed me throughout my lifetime. And nowadays, what I can say is I'm more of a writer because that's what I'm devoting my time to. So I'm writing a lot. I write reviews for the artist, but I also write for myself. And of course, by the way, just finished writing my book and it's going to be released very soon. I'll bring you news about that. So thanks, Jennifer, for that question. And I hope you read my book when it's ready. And you're
Yes.
back, Crystal. Thank you.
Thank you. And um, here is some question from Cherry and
Oh,
Cherry
wow.
Mansayo. Yes. She's asking about, does your opinion about the artwork change the longer you look at it?
About a specific artwork.
Yes.
I think so, right? That's what she's asking.
Yes, a specific artwork about what you recently draw and paint.
Oh, what I create. You mean
Yes.
my own art? Oh yes, absolutely. Actually, yes, it does. I think it does for every artist out there. If there's artists watching, you guys know it's true. And I cannot have an artwork in my working space or my resting space because I'm a perfectionist. So when I create something, I'm always gonna find something it's unfinished. I just wanna fix something. So yes, the opinion changes, the view changes, the perspective change, something that I didn't do the way it's supposed to be done, or I'm just happy with any accidental, beautiful thing that can come out of it. But I'm usually satisfied and happy with it, but of course the perfectionism follows me, so it changes over time. It could be that it changes from the point when you're either started your on your canvas, and then when the work is done, it's something totally different. And the main thing is to be open for those changes, to allow spirit or inspiration to guide you to those changes, and be open to it. Yeah, but it
Yeah.
does, it changes. I'm so happy you girls had questions there. That's awesome.
Yes, amazing. And there's also another question from Jennifer
Oh wow, okay.
Habagero. Yes. She's asking, What role does the artist have in society?
Wow, that's
Yes, I mean,
profound, Jennifer. Thanks for
profound
the
question.
question.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you go for a few minutes because this might take a while. All right, Jennifer. So you're asking what role does artists have in society? Hmm. Okay, artists are the messengers. They are life changers. They bring change to humanity. They bring awareness about social issues. They bring awareness about universal needs, humanity's needs. Artists develop humanity because they shape cultures. They express the culture where they're from, and they also express the culture that is emerging. So I think artists' role in society is pretty much, if you were to put it like they're in a movie, they're the movie stars. Artists are the movie stars in the world. And whoever doesn't see it that way is totally wrong, and I would argue with them. There's many ways of expressing art. There is, acting, music, painting, everything that is coming from an artist. I'll give you a secret, and I'll let you into this insight. Everything that is coming to an artist is a creation between, is a partnership between the universal field of consciousness and that artist's subconscious. It really is that way. So they're creating in partnership with spirit. So you can imagine everything beautiful, or every message, even if it's a strong message, is coming from the artist. And either we acknowledge it or not, it's a reality. And that art is influencing society, is influencing the colors, the shapes, the forms. The message the artist is sending is influencing the masses as well. A good song can change your mood, and it actually does, right? It could influence in so many ways. So that's why it's so important for the artists to be aware of the message they're sending, to have personal responsibility, and hopefully try to bring something beautiful that is going to make the world a better place. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, Viviana. And that's the questions for today.
Awesome. Alrighty. Yay. That was really cool. I had a good time on this one. And I'm pretty sure, guys, you're loving Crystal here on the screen. I know she was a little nervous. It was the first time, but it was so cool. Oh, Charlie, thank you. Oh, Charlie. Charlie, I have to tell you, I miss you. Charlie Lim, I'm so happy to hear from you. I hope you're doing incredible. And I tell you that I carry that gift that you gave me. You know what it is. And I carry it in my purse and hold it like you told me to. Incredible energy from Charlie. Love it, love it. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to the role of the artist, I could speak for hours, because artists really have an important role, and that's why I do what I do. My
Yes,
mission is to support our mission, right? As a team now, of course, is to support the artists, to be there for them, because there's so much that takes place, and they need that support. They need that backbone. We want to be that backbone for them so they can fly. They can fly. They can keep flying. Alrighty, thank you guys. I don't know if we have any more comments, Jennifer. Do we have any more comments? I don't think so, right? I don't see any more. Let's see. I don't think so. Yep, everybody's there. So thank you so much. Thanks, Jennifer. Jennifer is behind the scenes, but she was helping us with the production today. I know that we were all a little bit nervous, but this was really cool. It's great connecting with you out there and getting questions from you. I love it. Getting comments from you. I love it. Let us know what you want to know. It could be business questions, any type of questions, questions related to your work, questions related to Art2 International. It doesn't matter. Thank you. Thanks, Crystal.
thank
And thanks,
you.
everyone. And don't forget to stay super inspired. Ciao, guys.